Welcome, wrestling fans, to the Wausau East Gymnasium. The Lincoln High School Red Raiders are going to take on the Wausau East Lumberjacks in Valley Conference wrestling action. 170 pounds is tonight's draw weight, and Wausau East will have a fairly light lineup of wrestlers in their varsity side of things. There was only 2 JV matches prior, and here are your starting lineups. 170 pounds to draw weight, a pair of juniors. Your Red Raider. Actually, Jake Tim was scheduled at 170.
113 pounds, junior Matrix Cisco.
Matrix, 106 pounds. They're going to go with the small kids first. Bryce and Einerson, a freshman, will wrestle with another freshman, Ben Denny. 113-pounder Matrix Cisco will receive a forfeit. 120-pound matchup will be A.J. Esline, a sophomore, and from the Lumberjacks, another freshman, Sam Myers. At 126 pounds, the Red Raiders junior, Patrick Spray, he will receive a forfeit. And at 132 pounds, Wausau East will have another freshman, Cordell Miles. Your Red Raiders, a sophomore, Max Bennett.
And from Wausau East will be freshman, Cordell Miles.
The matchup at 138 pounds has a senior for Wausau East, Dylan Riviera. And the Red Raiders have a freshman, Berg Ebile.
And from Wausau East will be senior, Dylan Rivera.
The matchup at 145 pounds, a senior from Wausau East, Brendan Kramer. Your Red Raider will be a freshman, Cody Sawyer.
And from Wausau East will be senior, Brendan Kramer.
The matchup at 152 pounds is one-sided. The Red Raiders, Dylan Hall, the junior, he will receive a forfeit.
And for East will be a forfeit.
And the matchup at 160 pounds, a pair of seniors. Wausau East has Ben Hamilton. Your Red Raider is Peyton Einerson.
And for Wausau East will be senior Ben Hamilton.
The matchup at 170 pounds, Joey Abreu, a junior from Wausau East, will take on the junior from Wisconsin Rapids, Jake Tim.
And for Wausau East will be junior Joey Abreu.
At 182 pounds, Wausau East will forfeit to the Red Raiders junior, Brock Bennett.
Junior Brock Bennett. And there will be a forfeit for Wausau East at 182.
195 pounds, Alex Stein. The Wausau East Lumberjack, he will take on junior Nate Fuller, your Red Raider.
Will be senior Alex Stein.
Stein, probably the best wrestler for the Wausau East Lumberjacks.
At 220
pounders, a junior from the Red Raiders, Mike Weinfurter. He will take on a sophomore, Anthony Galvin. And at 285 pounds, the Red Raiders senior, Bo Thompson, he will receive a forfeit from the Lumberjacks. Again, the dual meet draw weight is 170 pounds. And that's where we'll start tonight's action with Jake Tim and Joey Abreu, a pair of juniors going at it. I'd mentioned earlier, 2 junior varsity matches took place tonight. Taylor Knipple and Tyler Barnes from Wausau East. Barnes pinned Knipple in that match. And then the Red Raiders got a little revenge back. At 160 pounds, Austin Wilkerson got a pin over Desmond Cooper of the Lumberjacks. Abreu and Tim. Tim with a nice snap down on the head, goes underneath for a single to a double. Roll over the top was Abreu, and they come back to their feet. Tim back in on another double leg shot. Heads in, lifts with the hips, got a takedown, 2, got a half, can he keep it? And they're off the mat. 2 takedown Tim. Referee tonight, Cal Takis from Stratford. Very successful football coach for that Stratford High School. Now they're going to correct some scoring here and who's what and where. Just so that everybody's on the same page, I guess. Jake Tim gave the free ride back to the feet to Abreu, so Tim leads 2-1. 1:37 left first period. Red Raiders coming off 5 dual meet victories in the Holman Invitational dual meet tournament over last weekend, and then they defeated DC Everest at Wisconsin Rapids 47-21 on that previous Thursday night. So Red Raiders off 6-0 in the dual meets. Tim is long and lanky, and that reach helped him out there. He's able to suck the hips in of Abreu into a double, takes him down, leads 4-1 with a minute left first period. Wausau East, a very young squad, very inexperienced, and has elected to basically not go against some of the power of the Red Raiders lineup tonight. Again, Brock Bennett, Bo Thompson, Matrix Jisco, Patrick Spray, and Dylan Hall, all receiving forfeits for the Red Raiders. Just about as many Rapids fans here as Wausau East fans in the stands. .22 seconds left, 4-1, Tim with the lead. Tim trying to get a half dug in there, Abreu hanging on to that elbow. Tim trying to work a cradle up here. And Abreu pops the hand over top of his shoulder. End of the period is here, 4-1, Jake Tim after one period. Wausau East, Abreu, he defers, and Tim will take the down position. Tim with a stand up, working on hand control, got to get the hips down a little bit. There he sunk the hips, got the hands separated, turned and face, got 1 point escape. It's 5-1, Jake Tim. Tim with good head position, then a nice shot coming out the back side. Tim with a hard cross face, even though Bray's trying to hang on to that head, or excuse me, onto that leg, but Tim just cranked on the face, and now it's turned him. Near fall coming for Tim, and 2, says the referee. Half on the near side again. But Abreu able to pick that off. The Red Raiders will go to the Battle on the Bay this weekend at Bayport High School to Near Fall. Tim, 11-1 right now, 30 seconds left, second period. The middle school is in Edgar tonight with some duels going on there. Tim with a half now, turning Abreu again. Abreu trying to kick out from underneath. That just settled him in there real tight. Now Jake's got the arm under the back. Pin in 3:39.
And here by fall at 49 from Wisconsin Denver.
6 Red Raider team points, and Red Raiders off to a quick lead, 6-0. Now a forfeit upcoming for Brock Bennett. And those free 6 points will give the Red Raiders a 12-0 lead. 2 matches in a row coming up now. The Red Raiders send out junior Nate Fuller and a senior for Wausau East, Alex Stein.
And the next match, 195 pounds.
This is 195-pound action.
From Wausau East, Alex Stein.
Fuller took a shot off his knees, connected on the left one of Stein. Trying to come and turn the corner. Now Fuller trying to stack him up. Stein up to a high bridge here with his hands. Fuller's got the takedown, leads 2-0. And then Fuller cuts him loose. Both wrestlers looking for the proper tie that they want to have. Set up an offensive shot. 1:10 left. 2-1 Fuller. Fuller with a half a shot into an under overhook. Launching pad could be loaded here if Stein decides to push in, but they backed out of the mat. Fuller with a little head feint, drops down in. Can't quite get to the takedown. Little roll underneath, comes up with a whizzer. Now going to try to get to a 2% toss, and Stein takes the arm off and allows Fuller to get 2 in the takedown. And he crawls off the mat. 21 seconds left, 4-1 Fuller with a lead. Caution, Wausau East jumping to start. The referee here will call him set, and then he'll say set. And that's what Stein jumped on. And after he says set, then the referee blows the whistle, so a lot of guys go on a sound. That's what caused Stein to jump. No points awarded on the first caution. 5 seconds left, Fuller in control with a nice wrist tied up and a ride. End of one period, 4-1 the lead for the Red Raiders. As I had mentioned, Saturday, December 13th, the Red Raiders will be in the Battle of the Bay. Junior varsity will go to the Marshfield JV Invitational, and the middle school will also be in Marshfield at an Invitational. Fuller coming out from the bottom, got the escape, dives right back in on a double. Below the knees and takes Stein down. And another quick 3 points. It's 7-1 for the Red Raider. Fuller trying to get that arm baseballed up behind the back here if he can. Can't quite get that done, so goes back to a ride. So we're working to dig that wrist underneath on this near side now. Trying to keep some pressure down with his chest and shoulder across the back of Stein. Keep some control on. Now he's got the arm up across the back. Got it pinned there now. Stein going around in a slow spin cycle. Now Fuller reaching through, going to hook up the farmer. And this goes over locked up. It's tight. Fuller can't quite get it locked. 34 seconds left. Fuller catches a couple of inadvertent knees in the head for his effort. Stein gets back to a base. Fuller with a power half now. And the 2 periods, 7-1, the Red Raider Fuller leads. And it'll be Stein's choice. He's going on their feet, both up. Fuller got out from the bottom. He scored takedowns from his feet. And he rode and turned Stein. There's a pinch headlock here. Stein tries to go underneath on a barrel roll. Fuller puts him in a front headlock. Got a knee right there. You can grab that. Take Stein right to his back if he wants. Drives into a single to a double. Just basically a good old football tackle, and they're out of bounds. Wausau East is coached by head coach Patrick Rakovic. His assistants Tim Reamer and Ricky Pody. Fuller with a sweep shot and missed. Back to a front chin lock. Snatches him in, spins behind, trip. Switch attempt by Stein, and Fuller felt that coming and hipped over the top. Got control and a takedown. Red Raiders head coach Scott Bennett's assistants Tim Spray, Drew Hamill, Tommy Maroka, and Adam Klinowski. 9-2 now as Stein back to his feet. Gets the escape. 40 seconds left. Fuller up by 7, looking to get to at least a major here. Fuller with a sweep shot into a double left. Got the takedown. Now he's to a major decision. He's ahead by 8 or more. It's 11-2. Little leg lace and lift. Trying to hip him over, get a couple of near falls. Got 2. See Fuller wrestling as hard with his legs as he is with his hands. 2 near fall, 13-3. Nathan Fuller with a win. Major decision. 14 points for the Red Raiders. It's now 16-0 in the dual meet. Next up, 220-pounder, a sophomore, Anthony Galvin for Wausau East, and Mike Weinfurter, junior, for the Red Raiders. Now the coaches come together with the referee, and they're having a discussion. And I'm not sure what that was about, but it looked pretty, pretty mild, pretty civil. Everybody's kind of agreeing.
In our next match at 220 pounds, from Rapids, Mike Weinberger. From Wausau East, Anthony Galvin.
Weinfurter at 220 tonight. Bo Thompson up to heavyweight. And you might see Bo there throughout the year, sometimes heavyweight, sometimes 220. Whatever best fits the team. Snap down by Weinfurter, going to spin behind, got a takedown. Coaching staff was hollering snap down, as they seen Galvin leaning pretty heavy out over his feet. mat side seats here on River Cities Community Access, given to you by longtime buddy Craig Tim, volunteering this evening. We thank the big guy. 1 point to Galvin. As he was on his knees, Weinfurter locked his hands around the body. So you can't lock them up there. You can have them separated and wrap around, but you can't lock them together and just hang on. So it's a 1 point penalty. It's 2-1 now. Weinfurter with a lead. And they're going to cut him loose, give him the 1 point, and it's now tied at 2. 35 seconds left. Again, Galvin hanging real heavy out over his feet. Good snap down again. Should be pretty easy for Weinfurter to score a takedown. A couple of inexperienced wrestlers here. Trying to headlock, trying to reach through a leg is Weinfurter. Now around the corner, a little short drag, gets the takedown with 5 seconds left. Scored at the end of the period. 4-2 Weinfurter with the lead after 1. Weinfurter's choice, he deferred. And that means he will exercise his option for choice of position to start the third period. And they're going to signal to give him the free ride to his feet. And a point goes to Galvin. It's now 4-3. You're going to try and open up a little bit of a lead here with the takedown game. Weinfurter with a reshot on a bad reach and attempt by Galvin. Just runs Galvin right over. Got him on his back. Squeezing him up. Got a pin in 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
And winner by fall at 2:26. Mike.
2 minutes, 26 seconds on the pin time for Mike Weinfurter. Goes and gets the congratulations from the Red Raiders. 285-pounder tonight, Bo Thompson, is going to receive a forfeit. And there he gets his hand raised. Bo, one of the top-ranked 220-pounders in the state. Patrick Spray, I do believe, is the top-ranked 120-pounder in the state.
And in our next match at 106 pounds.
106-pounder freshman Bryson Einerson against a very small Ben Denny, a freshman from Wausau East. Einerson pretty long, reasonably good size for a 106-pounder, but Denny is really little. But Denny is a wrestling name from up in this area from Wausau East. Short drag, and got a cradle already. There's Einerson. Just the length difference is huge for Einerson here. Einerson's got the maximum near fall coming here of 3. And he's up 5-0 in a hurry. Got to give the little guy Denny credit for coming out here and being so much underweight. Another cradle again by the long arms of Einerson. And he's got the complement of 3 again. You get 2 points for a near fall if the referee counts you on your back from 2 counts until 5. Once you hit the count of 5, then you're going to get the maximum of 3 near fall points. 8-0 right now, 35 seconds left, first period. Einerson. Again, Preston's got older brothers Peyton and Casey and Keegan, excuse me. right now by Einerson, trying to get the arm pinned across the back. Now just goes to a cradle, but got that broke. 5 seconds left. And the 1 period, 8-0, the Red Raider Einerson. Einerson's choice, he's going to defer. They're going on their feet, says Denny. And Denny's top of his head comes up to about the armpit of Einerson. That's how much smaller Denny is. Einerson just with size, just scoops up the much smaller Denny. Body locks him straight to his back. He's got the takedown. He's got near fall coming. Einerson not quite able to put him away yet. Denny able to get stomach down. Give him credit. 3 near fall Einerson. It's now 13-0. One more turn for near fall points, and the match will be done. So Einerson's got to worry about sticking him that time because he's going to get one more turn. Because he'll be up by 15 points or more, and that's a technical fall in the match. You get 5 team points for that. Check out all your Lincoln High School wrestling on River Cities Community Access Television and on YouTube. Go to their YouTube site and you'll get all the matches and wrestling that we can cover for you. Here's the tip again, not quite exposing the shoulders. Now they're exposed. And this will be a technical fall if Bryson cannot pin Ben Denny. And he's going to let him go belly down, and that's a technical fall in 3:48. Tech fall in 3:48 for Bryson Einerson. It was 15-0.
From Rapids, Bryson Einerson.
And the 5 Red Raider team points, 33-0 the dual meet. This is Matrix Jisco at 113 receiving his forfeit. Again, no entry for Wausau East at that weight tonight. 6-3 team points. It's 39-0. 120-pound match. A.J. Eswine, a sophomore. And this will be Sam Myers, a freshman for the Wausau East Lumberjacks.
And our next match at 120 pounds from Wisconsin Rapids, A.J. Eswine. And from Wausau East, Sam Myers.
Eswine with a little collar tie into a nice double leg shot. Lifted, cleared him, took him down, and they're out of bounds. There's a nice shot by Eswine. They're going to cut him loose, put him back on his feet. 2-1, Eswine. Eswine again into a single leg shot this time. Myers countering the first attempt. Now Eswine around the corner to a body lock and a front trip him, take him down, got 2 more. Bar with a tight waist, Ellsworth bar. Now going the other way is Eswine. Now we'll see if we can get him set up to stack again. You can see the bar on the left-hand side. Tried to stack him, lost the grip on the wrist that he has the bar on, but able to score some near fall. 2 near fall, it's 6-1 the lead. 52 seconds left in the period, and they're off the mat. Next up in Valley Wrestling, the Red Raiders, December 18th at home. Caution on Myers from East. The Red Raiders, December 18th, will be home. It'll be Parents' Night against Wausau West. So that'll be a good dual meet. Come on out to the Lincoln High School field house. JV start about 6 o'clock. Varsity will start at 7:30. You'd like to see a big crowd in support of the Red Raiders at Lincoln High School field house for that dual meet. And on Friday, December 19th, the Red Raiders go to West Allis Central to the Ed Steck Invitational. That's 5 p.m. on the 19th and an all-day Saturday. It'll start at 11 a.m. on Saturday, December 20th. And it doesn't get any easier. Matter of fact, it gets really tough then. 6-1 at the end of one period for S-Line. January 2nd and January 3rd, the Cheesehead in Kaukauna. And that is a national caliber tournament. S-Line in again on a nice single, trying to get to a double. Now to a body lock, back trip, takes Myers to the mat. Friday, January 2nd, the Cheesehead will start at 5 p.m. And on January 3rd, Saturday, it'll start at 8:30 in the morning. Some of the best wrestlers and teams in the entire country will be there. And they work off the mat. Minute and a half left. 8-1. S-Line with a lead. S-Line trying to lock up a cradle. Roll through suicide style. You can get yourself in trouble here. That's what can happen. And a one-armed headlock is fine. Two near fall S-Line. And then potentially dangerous on the head with the one-armed headlock. If Myers would have locked his hands around the head without having an arm tied up in there, that would have been illegal. So it's 10-1 now with a minute 10 left, second period. Stack attempt. Got the wrist tied up underneath his S-Line. Two near fall. Now got a half on this near side. Got to get the legs free. Come out to the side. Kick that right leg over the top. There he goes. Now he can run that over. Myers in some deep trouble here. 37 seconds left. S-Line just a hair too far over. Not getting a lot of chest pressure down. You can see he's got his waist over top of the chest. Now he's trying to settle back a little bit. Got to get that right leg free again as Myers has got it tied up. He's going to get three near fall, and he will be just short of a technical fall if he doesn't pin him here. That looks pretty good there. Referee running around on his hands and knees looking to get a better view. Ran out of time. Three near fall, 15-1 after two periods. S-Line did everything but pin him there. S-Line's choice now. He will go down. And maybe he wanted to go on top because you get out. That's a technical fall. That's worth 5 team points. If he would have rolled on top, he would have had the chance to turn and pin and pick up the extra team point. A pin is worth 6. That's wide out the face, an underhook and a S-Line goes stomach down. They come out of the reversal. There he's got the 2. That's a tech fall. In 4:40. (17-1). But a tech fall is recorded in time. 5 team points. 44-0. Well, again, here's Patrick Sprague going to end up getting his forfeit for the Red Raiders. As I mentioned earlier, Wausau stayed away from as many of the better wrestlers in the lineup, more experienced wrestlers as they could have. With forfeits, 50-0. 132 pounders coming out. Freshman Cordell Miles for Wausau East. The Red Raiders sophomore Max Bennett. Bennett is a grinder here. Not super flashy. Tries to stay in the match, come out with a victory at the end. Get one more point than your opponent, that's all you need. Bennett's trying to work to a Russian, and Miles just rips that arm back out of there. Snapped down by Bennett to a front chin lock. Dragging him down to the mat. Miles back to his feet. Bennett breaks that. Didn't like the way that felt in there. Bennett does a lot of work off a Russian. That's his favorite tie. And they worked their way off the mat. 47 seconds left. No score. Due to the lack of matches here at Wausau East JV and basically half a varsity lineup, the Red Raiders had a practice here on Wausau East's home mat before tonight's wrestling action started. Trying to make the best out of the situation they possibly can, use every minute to the best advantage they can. Myers and Bennett's both hanging on to the head. And not much offense yet. Bennett's trying to get to a Russian. Not winning, stalling Wausau East. Just at the buzzer, Miles took a shot. Bennett's passed him by, but did not get control before the buzzer. 0-0 after one. Bennett's his choice. He's going down to start the second period. Bennett's to his feet, turns and face, got the hands separated. Doesn't have one yet, but looks like he's going to get two. Got the reversal and a cradle on the near side. Got Miles in some trouble on his back here, and there's the pin in a 2-21. Didn't take long once Bennett's got that cradle locked up. Near side cradle, put him on his hip, ran him over, stuck him on his back. 2:21 on the pin time. Next up, 138 pounders, a senior for Wausau East, Dylan Rivera, and freshman Berg DeBile.
The next match at 138 pounds, from Rapids, Berg Debo, and from Wausau East, Dylan Rivera.
Rivera evidently has a injury on the face. He got the mask. Oh, nice duck under by the bow. Can he finish? On the two ankles, trying to elevate. Now drives across. Stays with us. Got the two. And Rivera on the move on the bottom. So DeBile's going to hang with him here for a while, let him burn off some of that energy and let him slow down a little bit. Good scramble and takedown by DeBile. Both worked their way off the mat. 1:17 left, first period. 2-0 the Red Raiders. Switch attempt. by Rivera. Trying to work his way to a stand-up, high base. DeBile flattens him out. A little spiral ride there. Got a wrist and a tight waist, but Rivera got to his feet, got the hands separated. It's 2-1 now. The Red Raiders lead. .25 seconds left, first period. One more takedown by DeBile would be great here. Almost had an ankle pick on the second swipe, and as as Rivera's trying to adjust that face mask headgear, DeBile makes him pay for it. Shoots in a nice double, turn the corner, gets takedown. Leads 4-1, 5 seconds left. End of 1, 4-1, DeBile. Rivera takes the down position. And they're going to put him up, give him 1 point escape. 4-2 now, the Red Raiders lead. Berg a little better on his feet, and you take away the chance to get reversed to your back if you're on top of riding, and you're not so sure, not a dominant rider. Cleared the hand and on a nice sweep shot. Got the leg elevated. Nice little inside leg lift with a trip. Takes him back down 6-2. Good work by DeBile there. Ankle pick, switch attempt by Rivera, and he gets back to his feet. Berg cuts him loose, 6-3. So far, pretty smart match here by the Red Raider. Trying to wade in, got to a knee, but then they backed out of bounds. And now Rivera's got to adjust that face mask headgear. It's kind of cumbersome. It's a bother to wear, but if you have an injury around the facial, eyes, nose, chin area, it's pretty comfortable to have on there, since that'll take the beating instead of the injured area. Just a half shot by Rivera. Shot down low, but went down to the mat. And the scramble ran out of time, 6-3. The Red Raider freshman with a lead. Now he's going to choose down. Start the third period. Biles got a hold of that left wrist, going to try and get it over his shoulder. Now hits a stand-up. Working on hands, getting the hips down and away. Got the hands separated, turns inside and faces. Got the 1 point escape. 7-3 now with a minute and a half left. Duck under attempt, but got run over, and it was out of bounds. Berg still trying to drive in with his head stuck in between down on the mat. Rivera's forcing it down, trying to get him stretched out. 55 seconds left. Berg Diebel now, the old Polish out the backside double if he can. To takedown as DeMaio stretches the legs back out, keeps them well in and wrapped up around the legs. 9-3. Nine three is up by 6. Let's see if he can score a near fall here in the last 40 seconds. He's got him flattened down here. Let's see if we can get a turn out of this. 30 seconds remaining. He's got a half, but Rivera flattened back out. And the headgear comes down again over the eyes of Dylan Rivera. The referee stopped that when there was no advantage for either wrestler. And he'll allow the Wausau East Lumberjack to fix that back up. Head coach Scott Bennett's doing some coaching up during the period here. 17 seconds left. Got to get a turn. Roll through. Caught him. Can he hold him? Get a half. Got to just keep driving through. 1, 2. There's 2 near fall. 2 at the end of the period. It's 11-3. That's a major for Berg and Diebel. Forward Raider team points, 60 to 0. Next up, 145-pounder freshman for the Red Raiders, Cody Sawyer. Take on a senior for the Wausau East Lumberjacks, Brendan Kramer.
And from Wausau East, Brendan Kramer.
Kramer with a left wrist and thumb and hand wrap. Sporting an injury there, I would imagine. Sawyer only a freshman. Kramer a senior. Shot in, easily countered so far by Sawyer. Now a reshot by Kramer's got a single. Sawyer trying to fight this takedown, 35 seconds left. Kramer trying to work up the body. You got to give the takedown to Sawyer, and he trails 2-0. And they work off the mat with 18 seconds left. Going to get a fresh restart. That should work in Sawyer's favor. Hard start off the bottom. Got to blast off here. Tried to hit a switch. And Kramer stopped that with that trailing arm tied up. 8 seconds left. And then Kramer will ride out the first period, take a 2-0 lead into the second. And it'll be Sawyer's choice. He's going to defer. Kramer's choice. He'll go down. Sawyer now stepped into a right side legs ride. Kramer's trying to underhook that leg, lift it and turn. Kramer's got the leg underhooked. But Sawyer's got to hang on here and get tight and not give up that locked hands position here. Kramer's fighting to get turned inside here. Sawyer's got to keep control. He's barely hanging out. A reversal comes. 4-0. I'm not sure there's really any control on Kramer's choice, on Kramer's side. He had Sawyer's back partially exposed, but was not in a chest down position with control. 40 seconds left. Sawyer's got hand control now. See if he can get up and get one. Now trying to turn inside, found a leg. 10 seconds left here. And now Kramer is in a position just to try to hang on to some type of control. Period runs out. 4-0, Kramer leads from Wausau East. Sawyer's choice, they're going to go on their feet. Sawyer got to get a takedown to the back or 3 takedowns. To get the match back tied. Shot across the body to an ankle. Kramer reaching back and picking one of his own. Sawyer fighting to get his head up and suck that leg in. Potentially to get a stalemate here unless Kramer able to stretch that leg out, work around the side, get the takedown, 6-0 with 55 seconds left. Good control right here by Kramer so far. Hasn't really worked for a pin, just working to hang on to control. 25 seconds left. Crossface now by Kramer. Kramer trying to walk that barbed wire head up towards the head. 5 seconds left. Near fall coming. 3 near fall, winning the match by a major of 9-0. Is Brendan Kramer of Wausau East there on the board with 1 match of wrestling left.
145 pounds from Wausau East, Brendan Crater.
Dylan Hall at 152 pounds will receive a forfeit.
152 pounds.
And it's now 66-4, and this is the final matchup of the evening at 160 pounds. Peyton Einerson, your senior, is going to against another senior from Wausau, Dan Hamilton.
In our last match here this evening at 160 pounds from Wisconsin Rapids, Peyton Einerson, and from Wausau East, Dan Hamilton.
Yeah, and you're not going to see a lot of flash out of this match either. This is very methodical and grub and grind out a match here from Peyton Einerson. Get you on the mat, probably counter a shot to get you, take a shot at him and counter it. Throw that leg in on the way around the corner, come up out on top. Then go to work with the legs ride. Anderson with a half a shot in. Front chin lock by Hamilton. Anderson pops that head out, short drag through, spins behind, there's the takedown. Here's the legs ride. Now you got a near fall coming for Anderson. Anderson works his hips up on top, pops the leg out. He's got 3 near fall. He's up 5-0. Hamilton to his feet. Anderson with wrist control again. Got a ball and chain here. Walks around the corner. Got 3 near fall laying on the mat right now. Peyton's trying to get that bottom arm and scoop it up. Trying to get to a little bundling up of the arms. And he gives up on that. 3 more near fall. 8-0 after 1 period for Anderson. Anderson's choice. He goes down. And Hamilton will cover. Caution on Hamilton. Had that back foot too far in front of the feet of Einerson, of his toes. It's got to be along that parallel line. And Einerson with a little switch attempt. Hamilton trying to hang on to control, but Einerson in a better position to finish this off. Got that right side leg trapped underneath, grabs that right side arm, keeps driving in, gonna pop the head out. Got 2 in a reversal. Now they'll go to work on the turn. 10-0 with 1.5 minutes left, second period. Barbed wire arms up. There's 3 near fall. Anderson lets him off his back. 13-0. 1 more turn and this match is done. Legs ride by Anderson again. Gonna try to get a tip. Anderson hanging on to that wrist underneath all the while. Good controlling ride by the Red Raider. Hamilton to his feet. Anderson hanging on to the wrist. And they work out of bounds. Anderson will start in the top position. 28 seconds left here in the second period. See if Anderson can get a quick 2 here. Legs right with a tip attempt. And Hamilton able to get stomach down temporarily. Half now, cross body. And there's a half. 10 seconds left. Got time. Got near fall coming. The match will end either way here if he doesn't get a pin. Anderson looking to hunt the pin. Got a pin with 2 seconds left in 3:58. Six Red Raider team points. 72-4 the dual meet. In favor of the Red Raiders. Give you a quick rundown here. Jake Tim a pin in 3:39. We started at 170 pounds tonight. Brock Benz receives a forfeit at 182. 195 Nate Fuller a 13-3 major decision. At 220 Mike Weinfurter a pin in 226. 285 Bo Thompson wins by a forfeit. 106 pounds Bryson Einerson got a technical fall in 3:48. At 113, Matrix Jisco won by a forfeit. 120, AJ Eswine got a tech fall in 440. 126, Patrick Spray wins by a forfeit. Max Bennett's at 132, gets a pin in 221. Berg Debo win in major decision, 11-3 at 138. Cody Sawyer goes down 9-0 to Brendan Kramer of Wausau East. That's the only victory for the Lumberjacks tonight. Dylan Hall wins by forfeit at 152. In the match you just saw, Peyton Anderson, a pin in 3:58. 72-4 the dual meet. Red Raiders are now 7-0 on the year in dual meets. And again, as I had mentioned, on Saturday, the 13th, the Red Raiders will be in the Battle on the Bay, 9:15 at Bayport High School. Thursday, December 18th, the Red Raiders will be home. It's Parents' Night against Wausau West. Wrestling JVs will begin at 6 o'clock, varsity at 7:30. And Friday, December 19th, and Saturday, December 20th, they will head to the Edstech Invitational in West Allis Central. Friday night's action begins at 5, and Saturday morning will start at 11. We'll take a quick break. We'll get a few comments from head coach Scott Bennett on tonight's wrestling action, and we'll return after this quick little timeout on River City's Community Access Red Raider Wrestling. And we're back now at Wausau East, the Lumberjacks Fieldhouse. Scott, congratulations on a nice dual meet, 72-4. Wausau East a little underpowered, very young, and the Red Raiders came out and just, they had to do business with what was there.
Yeah, you know, it was one of those nights that I think we made the most of what the event was. Their coach Russell, the guys they thought could be competitive with the guys that we brought. We had some of our best kids not get matches tonight. Correct. We knew that coming in. We knew it after weigh-ins. We were able to get a good workout. Our JV guys didn't get any matches. So it could have been a wasted night, and if we looked at it that way, we chose to make it positive. And I think every kid got a decent workout, probably learned something either in practice or on the mat. And all in all, it was actually a real good night for us. Yeah,
we'll go through the matches that we did see. Jake Tim started off at 170 tonight and got a pin over Joey Abreu in 339.
Yeah, you know, and Jake's had a bunch of forfeits this year. He's in the lineup a year ago, took some serious lumps, and starting to kind of figure out how to wrestle. He's not real smooth maybe yet on his feet offensively. He's pretty good defensively, and he's getting pretty good on top. So it was a good match for him.
Yeah. Nate Fuller at 195 tonight, 13-3 major over Alex Stein. That was probably one of the two best kids that Wausau put out there.
Yeah, and Nate didn't wrestle a real clean match. He made mistakes out there, partly because we're moved up size-wise, and things that would work at 182 don't work at 195 just because we're not as big. And you know, he made some mistakes, but yet.
And he's a shorter guy too. He's not stretched out like some of these other kids.
Yeah, are. No, he doesn't have the body really to move up, but you know, he scored when he needed to. Almost gave up a takedown and had to scramble a little bit, but you know, did some good things. We also saw some things we have to clean up.
Mike Weinford in the lineup at 220, got a pin in 226 over Anthony Galvin.
What do you think of that double leg?
That was pretty nice.
That was one of the best double legs I've seen in a long time, and you know, we got him out just not too long ago. He wrestled when he was younger. Real explosive athlete, real powerful. We're just trying to fit him into our lineup here somewhere. Cody Abel was out sick tonight, and plugged him in his very first match, and there he goes out there and gets the win. And we're taking him to Battle on the Bay. He's going to go 220 for us over at the Battle on the Bay.
Bryson Einerson, one of the younger Einersons now, freshman. Got a tech fall in 348 against Ben Denny. Denny is one of the wrestling family names from up here in a recent number of years. And but Bryson was in control of that match from start to finish.
Yeah, size was definitely a factor. We're
Denny
pretty
was very
decent size Denny, or 6-pounder. Denny is a real small 6-pounder. And Bryson uses his length real well and kind of has a pretty good understanding of wrestling and how to score points, and did a nice job.
AJ Eswine at 120, got a tech fall in 440 over Sam Myers.
Yeah, and AJ is going to take lumps this year. Pat's going to be up and down between 20 and 26, and AJ's kind of our best guy backing up Pat. But he actually, his matrix is back up. He's really a 13-pounder, and you can see that out there. So, it was nice for him to get somebody a little bit more his size, and then he was a much better wrestler. So we're going to try to get him those matches as much as we can, and it was a good match for him to get a tech fall and get some confidence, because he might be moving back up to 26 at the Battle on the Bay.
132, Max Bennett's pinning 221. Nice match for Max. Once he got that Miles on his side there, he got him off his stomach. It didn't last long then.
No, and Max, we have to get him to be able to offensively score some points on his feet. There is opportunities, even if we don't get those. I think we need to open up his offense to take some more chances, because I think some of his snap down front headlock where he scored from in the end would open up for him if he creates some more action. So, but again, a year ago, we would have been excited for him to get a win. Here he gets a pin, and we're still critiquing him. That means we're definitely growing. So,
Berg Debo, 11-3 major over Dylan Rivera at 138. Freshman versus a senior.
Yeah, and Berg did a nice job. Going to keep us on the edge of our seat, because he makes mistakes. 2 seconds to go in a second period, and he dive in on a leg, and I almost get taken down. Those are things that we have to know. Even
That's
at
match planning.
And then you looked at that and you go, man, he got that major right at the end. And I said, hey, did you know the score at the end? You got the 2? And he goes, no. So it looked like he was getting a 2 because we were going for it, but he didn't know the score. So those are being young, and we didn't really get emotionally up for this match, so it's kind of hard sometimes to wrestle. And so he's going to make a lot of mistakes. He's going to learn from his mistakes. So maybe it's good we make him, because he's pretty good about that. So all in all, pretty good. He's 5-1, I guess, now as a freshman. So doing pretty well.
Cody Sawyer at 145. The only Red Raider tonight against Brendan Kramer that didn't come out on the winning side of things. Kramer again, probably their best kid.
I would say he's their best guy. I don't know that he's 9 points better than Cody. We kind of shuffle our weights a little bit. We got Battle on the Bay, as I keep mentioning. That's a big tournament. We're going to be down again Saturday. Next week we have 3 weigh-ins. And so some of them guys that are having to watch our weights some, we just kind of stayed up a little bit today. Cody got inserted into the lineup when we did that. Probably should have had Dylan down on that guy. And I feel pretty comfortable we would have had a shutout. Goal is Zoda. Cody Sawyer's probably going to be in our lineup on and off as he's been already. We need to get him experience. And so sometimes experience isn't going out and wrestling somebody that you can just beat. Sometimes it's wrestling. And for us to take a look at, hey, where are we at? Can we put him out there to stay in a match? Or, where do we need to work? And he needs to get some offense. He's pretty good at slowing matches down, but now he needs to be able to score. And I thought he got, I don't like complaining about the refs, but that was a terrible call on that reversal. If we ride him out the remainder of that period, it's a 2-0 match. Going into the third, we choose down. Got a chance to get away and be in the match. The way it was, it made it 4-0, and we kind of got out of the match based on that. So, unfortunately, that match got away from us.
Then the final match tonight, Peyton Einerson. Just the same old Peyton Einerson type style of wrestling. Get the guy on the mat. Get him in that legs ride situation, and a lot can happen from there. And he ends up pinning Ben Hamilton in 358. Yeah,
we've had the twins, and they had a style different way. You talked about that. Peyton's is completely different than those guys. He's pretty much riding legs, and he's got real powerful legs, and he's real long, and he understands his body real well too, and he knows he's not great on his feet, so we try to wrestle in the positions where we are best. And we get into matches like that, and he scores a lot of points for us.
Yep. You mentioned the Battle on the Bay a couple times. That has turned into a really tough tournament.
Yep.
And Red Raiders are going to be in for some battles this weekend. Who are some of the teams to look at there?
Wisconsin Rapids, I would say they'd be a team that people should be ready to wrestle. I really feel that we're finally at a point where we can go over there and compete to win the thing. I think we've been, top 5, just out of the top 5 the last couple of years. So I think we really can compete. Teams that we're going to have to wrestle better than and score more points than. Amory's coming in. They're ranked number 2 in D2. Luxembourg's kind of on a rebound. Bayport, obviously, pretty decent. State semifinals last year, but they have losses to both Luxembourg and Freedom. We wrestle both Luxembourg and Freedom and Bay, are all 3 of them. Pewaukee, state runner-ups last year. They've moved up to D1. They're there. Those would be the teams, I think. There's 13 teams in the latest rankings, either honorable mention or top 10 out of the 24. I don't know how many individual wrestlers are ranked, but it is a very, very deep tournament, and we're going to have our hands full. I just think we can score points in almost all the weights, and I think we can score big points in more than half of them.
That'll start on this Saturday at 9:15.
9:15, yeah.
In Bayport,
Yep.
Howard Swamico area.
Yep.
From then, the Red Raiders go back home, and then they take on Wausau West.
Wausau West. Hopefully,
Parents' night.
Hopefully, we get to 3-0 in the Valley. That's obviously the goal. Individually, we'll, whatever works out there, we just want to keep winning in the Valley. And then we weigh in 3 days in a row next week. We go down to the Ed Stack, and
That's a 2-night.
It's a 2-day tournament. Don't really know a lot about it. We used to wrestle in West Dallas
for the state team tournament.
So it's kind of a neat place to wrestle. It's big. I think there's
somewhat like the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse.
Yep, I think there's 19 teams down there, and Cedarburg, West Dallas Central. Those are some good squads down there. We'll see. Hartford, Heartland, Arrowhead's not there, but there's some good squads down there from that area.
Well, Coach, thank you very much. I see the guys are pretty much ready to go here.
I hope so.
We'll see you at the Battle on the Bay. Good luck in that tournament, and congratulations on tonight's Dual Me win.
Thank you.
We'll bring you more mat side seats on River City's Community Access from the Battle on the Bay in Bayport.